truthfully, if you are reading through the Bible with me, I have to say that Joshua chapters 15, 16, 17, and 18 that we're reading today are some of the harder ones to find. What does this have to do to help me in my spiritual life? Because there's basically 4 chapters of, it's kind of like going to an office at town hall and looking at boundary lines and where's this person's property and that person's property line, and 4 chapters of just reading about that. And for example, we'll start with chapter 15, verse 1, our verse for the day, at the beginning of a section about the territory of Judah. It says, "The lot for the tribe of the people of Judah, according to their families, reached southward to the boundary of Edom, to the wilderness of Zin at the farthest south." And then it goes on to talk about the different boundary lines and what the natural geographic boundaries were, because it was often rivers, mountains, forests, the ocean. These sort of natural boundaries became part of the way that they were marking out the territory for the different tribes through the next 4 chapters of the book of Joshua. Well, what does this have to do with us? Well, the thought I want to share with you today is that geology shapes theology. Geology shapes theology. Where we live impacts what we believe, how we believe, and even the imagery that we use to talk about our faith and to talk about God. As I shared in an earlier devotion, one of the images that's used for God is that of a rock, which is a very important natural feature in the wilderness and in a very hot climate. And when you read through these chapters in Joshua and you think that some of the people were living in the mountains, some were living where there were forests, others by rivers, others by the ocean. And we know from our own life experience, living next to the ocean as we do here on Cape Cod is a very different experience than someone has living in Nebraska or living in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. Geology will shape theology. And when I was in seminary, one time there was a student in my class who was from the South Pacific island of Tonga. And we know from the Gospel of John the story about Jesus saying, "I am the bread of life." Well, my classmate led us in a chapel service, and his message was how Jesus was the coconut of life. He grew up in a place where they didn't have bread, they didn't grow wheat, but the coconut was at the center of their culture. And palm trees were used in a variety of ways. For wood, they used their palm fronds, and coconuts, there was the milk, there was the meat. And we ended up having communion using coconut and coconut milk as our elements. Why? Because geology shapes theology. I pray as you go about life here on Cape Cod or wherever you live watching this, that you will take note of how the natural elements that God has made still speak to us and shape our faith.